Halo, Assalamualaikum. I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Aghia Nindra and my student ID is 102022500313. So I'm from Information System Class 49 International. So I will explain about the query that I will make to fulfill individual task 2 from the database system course. So First, I have a task one. I have a create database underscore create database db underscore campus underscore 2310001 semicolon and use db underscore campus 2310001 semicolon. And I have a create table, three create table for mahasiswa, create table for mata underscore kuliah, and for the last create table, I have a create table underscore for nilai. So I have insert into mahasiswa values and insert into mata underscore kuliah values and insert into nilai ID underscore mahasiswa, ID underscore mata kuliah, semester, nilai underscore angka, nilai underscore huruf values. So let me explain for task one. So the first query, create database db underscore campus 031000001 semicolon. Creates a brand new database with that specific name. After that, use db underscore campus 2310001 semicolon. Switch the active session into that database so every query that follows runs inside it. Without this command, my SQL wouldn't know which database to work in. Next, for the tree table, create table for mahasiswa. The create table for the mahasiswa table use name as its primary key, and then meaning every student must have a unique student number and it cannot be null because the creatable mata underscore kuliah use code as its primary key. The nilai table is the most complex because it has an ID column with auto underscore increment. So my SQL assign the number automatically, and it has two foreign key. It has two foreign key It has the foreign key constraint linking ID underscore mahasiswa to mahasiswa.nim and ID underscore mata kuliah to mata underscore kuliah dot code. This enforces referential integrity because meaning you cannot insert into a grade for a student or course that doesn't exist the insert into the insert into queries then fill each table with realistic data. For the nilai table, the ID column is kept in the insert statement because auto underscore increment it handles it. MySQL automatically assigns 1, 2, 3, and so on for each new row. So for the next session or for the next task one, uh, we can use the task 2 for the user, like create user, create user Budi, pardon, create user Budi at localhost, and localhost to identify, identify by Budi set 1, 2, 3. And then for the second create, we have to create user, and password, and localhost identified by Santoso 456. So for the task 2, we have a create user body at localhost. It's for identified by body123 creates my SQL user count name body, but who can only connect from the same machine like localhost, and then the identified by parts set the password like 123 and 456. Second user is Santoso is created the same way but with a different password. Like Budi have Budi123 and Santoso have Santoso 5456. So at this point, both user exist but have zero access because uh, they have to enable they can log in but can't do anything yet. So can run it the create user. Okay. And for the second create user. Okay. So after we making a create user, we have to create the another task. It's for the task 3. We have to insert line demi underscore campus underscore 231001 dot mahasiswa to Budi localhost at localhost colon and then grain select. We have to use select on the underscore campus 231001 dot mahasiswa to Santoso local house colon. Wait, I make a mistake. And flash privilege after after we create the grand insert on the underscore campus, grand select on the underscore campus, and the for last step is flash privilege. So for the task 3, grade insert on the underscore campus to underscore 2310001 dot mahasiswa to Budi at localhost. It gives Budi the ability to add new rows because to the mahasiswa table, but nothing else. And if Budi tries to run select from mahasiswa, my SQL returns error because the select command denied because the select was never granted to him. So for the Santoso, grant select on the underscore campus underscore 2310001 dot mahasiswa to Santoso at localhost allows him to read all rows and all columns from mahasiswa, but if Santoso tries to insert, he gets the same kind of access denied error because insert was never granted to him. And the flash privilege command after each grant force my SQL to reload its permission tables immediately so the change take effect right away. If you want to the output, okay, and for the second output, and the for flash privilege, after we create the task tree for the green insert on and green select on and flash privilege, we have to make a task 4 Password is revoke. We have to use revoke. Revoke select on db underscore campus. We have to use the dot mahasiswa again. But we have to use from, and this from it's at Santoso at localhost again. Okay, and then we have to add semicolon. And then we have to use a grand select. Name, nama, jurusan. And we have to use on for the db underscore campus underscore 2310001 dot mahasiswa to Santoso at localhost semicolon. And then for the last is we have to use a flash privilege again. And after semicolon. So for the task 4, I have to explain about the task 4. The task 4, before giving a column level access, the full select privilege granted in task 3 must be removed first using revoke select on. Revoke select on. Revoke select on. Because the mahasiswa from Santoso at localhost, if we skip this step, the full table select will still override the column restriction. The grand select name, nama, and jurusan on db underscore campus 2310001 dot mahasiswa to Santoso at localhost. It's give Santoso read access only to those three specific columns, like name, nama, jurusan. And if Santoso runs select name, nama, jurusan from mahasiswa, it works perfectly. But if he tries select IPK from mahasiswa, my SQL returns error because the select command denied for column IPK and select from mahasiswa also fails because the wildcard tries to fetch every column, including the restricted ones like angkatan and IPK. So we have to check the output first. Yeah. So after we create the task 4, we have to create the last task or task 5. We have to use this referral insert on db underscore campus underscore 2310001 dot mahasiswa games, but it's from a body right now. So from body at localhost colon and revoke select name, nama, jurusan on db underscore campus 2310001 dot mahasiswa from Santoso. We have to from Santoso at localhost semicolon, and then we have to use flash privilege again. But next step, after we use the full flash privilege, we have to show grants for Budi and show grants for Santoso at localhost. So we can take it over here. So grants for Budi, mm, Budi at localhost, semicolon, and show grants for Santoso at localhost, semicolon. So for the last task or task 5, we have a revoke insert on like this. Wait a minute. A revoke insert on db underscore campus underscore mahasiswa wait underscore campus underscore 2310001 dot mahasiswa from Budi at localhost. And then for the second revoke select, we have a name, nama, jurusan on db underscore campus 2310001 dot mahasiswa from Santoso at localhost, and we have to use a flash privilege again for the task 5 or the final task, because revoke insert on mahasiswa from Budi at localhost, it's removes the only privilege Budi had, and similarly like revoke select name, nama, jurusan on mahasiswa from Santoso at localhost, remove Santoso column level access, and after both revokes, it's running show grants for like Budi localhost, Budi localhost, and then Budi localhost, and then returns only grant usage on. This means the user account still exists, but you said in my SQL way of saying you can log in because but you have no actual privilege or anything. The final test queries confirm this, like both Budi and Santoso are denied when they try to use the table. So provide the revoke and work correctly. So for the output for the revoke, insert on the underscore campus. Okay. And for the second revoke, select wait a minute. And then the output for the from the solvents for Budi at localhost. Okay, we have a grain use. And then for the solvents for Santoso at localhost, we have to grain use onto Santoso localhost too. Okay. Maybe that's all for me for the task 2 individual submission. Thank you so much for this, and I'm sorry if there are any mistake from me. So thank you.